would be I love you. That would be don't be sad because I'm gone. I'm always here. And it's gonna be okay. It's gonna hurt for a really long time, but I'm always part of you. Because my brother passed away, and that's what I would want to hurt from him, was that he loved me, and that it was gonna be okay. That I was gonna miss him for a really long time, but that he's always a part of me and will always be a part of me. And I wish I could have heard I love you one more time.
Oh man, that is a great question. It would probably be pray for someone that they got the thing that I wanted. I think that was the kindest thing I ever did for them. So I was trying to give it up, you know, from my heart.
I don't know. I've actually been struggling a bit with this lately because like I don't necessarily see it when I look in the mirror, but I see it a lot when I look at like other imperfect things. Like we were just at the zoo and I love the orangutans, and other people will come and be like, oh, he's chunky, look how fat he is, and I just like think he's so beautiful, the male orangutan. And so great, I'm gonna cry. So it's, I don't know, I think,
Do you want me to stop?
no, it's okay. None of this is gonna be usable. No. So I don't know, I think it's like in the imperfections, like no one looks at like a Lego brick and thinks, oh man, this Lego brick is beautiful, because there's 10 million of them, but it's, yeah, I guess though it's just like being able to see the imperfections the right way. We'll go with that.
My mom passing away from breast cancer. Sorry.
It's okay. You want me to stop?
No, it's okay. Just learning to accept it, talk about it. I mean, it's been a long time. It's been 14 years now. It's still, you know, but just learning to remember her and think about her, but remembering what she wanted from me and trying to live that.
So you feel like you're living a life that she would want?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I was always a very like conservative, you know, straight edge, and my mom was very like, you know, she just didn't care what people thought. She didn't feel like she had to live within certain expectations. She's just a free spirit. That's the word I'm looking for. Whereas I was very like by the book, and so I try to live more free spirited.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about it. So it was about 14 years ago. The name of the dog is still my password for everything. So this was very deeply emotional for me. It was late night. It was my sister's birthday actually. I think it was her 15th birthday, and all the adults were having a good time, and they left the side gate open. So the dog had run away from the party. It was too much noise. This was my first pet. I grew up with this dog. I raised this dog. And it ran all the way up to the side street. It's kind of a busy street, I guess, and people drive up and down drunk, hauling ass pretty frequently. And we heard a loud screeching sound like tires, I guess. So we went up to the road just to check it out. We thought there was maybe a car accident or something. Noticed the dog was missing, and everyone started panicking. And they didn't want me to go because I was too little at the time. But I scootered all the way out there. It was like half a mile away. And I saw my dog was still alive on the side of the road. A black lab, beautiful. She was only, like 8 years old, I guess. So she was getting up there, but too young for her time. And you know, I ran up to her and I held on to her, and I just bawling my eyes out. Of course, I was a little one, but she died right there with me on the side of the road. And we had a little funeral for her that night. Dug a little hole. Everyone helped kind of dig one shovelful at a time. But you know, it taught me about loss. Until then, I had no one in my life die, no family members or anything, and it was kind of the closest thing that I had felt to losing something important in my life. and I still think about her almost every day to this day.
This lady standing beside me married me. It's the kindest thing anybody ever did for me.
Not anymore, but in the past I used to be scared to share my sexuality with people.
When did you get over that?
It takes a long time to get over it. Amongst close friends, I'd say I was about 19. But with my family, it wasn't until I was about 22, 23. And then with everybody, not caring anymore. It wasn't until I was 32. Yeah, and I'm 40 now, so it shows you I've only been free for a short while.
What do you think you were scared of?
For me, it had a lot to do with being prejudged or being presumed to be a certain way. I wanted people to know me first before they interpreted my sexuality. So I was scared of rejection, I think. If you look at the whole rejection, I think was it.
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing?
Yeah. One day I was playing a game with my grandma, and I knew she cheated, and I got mad at her, and I called her a crazy old lady, and she got really mad at me and threw the cards at my face and said, like, who do you think you're talking to? Don't talk to me like that again. And I was just really mad at her. The next time I saw her, I just was still mad at her, so I didn't really like say hi, I didn't even hug her. And that was the last time I saw my grandma. So I wish I wouldn't have said that, or I wish I would have said I loved her. The last memory I have of her is me being mad at her.
When I was born, my parents were never together. It was just kind of like a mistake thing that happened at like some party. No one wanted me as a kid, so I just got passed around from family to family, just moving schools, never had the same friends, never stayed in the same area. It kind of fucked me up, but like it made me who I am today, got me to where I am. I like built bridges back with them and everything. So my mom was a drug addict, went through a bunch of stuff. My dad was just busy doing his own thing. So I really didn't have a consistent family or friends. And then when I turned 17, I joined the military, got out of Illinois, and now it's all in the past, but that was probably the hardest thing.
I either have 100 subscribers or 1,000,000 subscribers, but I'm giving you the stage to talk about whatever you want.
Anything.
Anything.
Huh. Okay. Dang. Let's talk about suicide. I know it's a different thing to talk about, but I lost my brother to suicide in 2010, and I just recently have been more open about it, and I feel like there's a lot of light to be shed on, suicide prevention and the signs of depression, and accepting those that have depression or that are in a dark place. I'd like to hopefully shed light someday on that topic. I just feel like it's not talked about enough. It's like a subject that people are afraid to talk about, either because they're depressed themselves or they're embarrassed that a loved one took their life, or maybe they don't understand. I know I've heard a lot of times people say, do you think your brother was selfish? There was a time where I did, but it's not a selfish thing to do, I don't think necessarily. That's the whole thing, we don't know exactly. That's why the light needs to be shed. It'd be good to, I think, little communities within our community to get together and, if you're struggling with depression, just talk about it. Like, we need more peer-to-peer support in our communities, I feel like, because there's a lot of lonely people out there. And when you're lonely, you don't have an out. Not that my brother was lonely, it was a different situation, but yeah, I guess that's my topic.